Label. Okay, so the first thing we'll talk about is the idea of there's two things I want to talk about actually. Thing about one about math and science, and one about politics, which will be fine. I need a map of the world for the politic one. The second one, I just need my document I made long, and then still continuing it. Um, so yes, this document has been a long time coming, and Uh, yes, I'm glad to say that most of my moment inertia is good. The solid ones are good. I still do need to make one with the hollow sphere, but yeah. So the first thing I need to talk about is the Jacobian matrix, because that will allow us to do a lot of bullshit that makes things so much easier than we ever thought. The Jacobian matrix allows us. Yeah, I don't like Jamboard a lot. I usually use Snip and then paste it into here. Uh, so if we have x, y, and z as our original three purchase, we can transfer that into a spherical shade or a polar shade, making us momentarily easier to make this possible. So with x, 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 and y, 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 we want to get this into um, this format. I think it's actually opposite around. And the way you do it is the way I showed you over here. And then if we can get the volume of a sphere by going with the integral pos, I believe is 0 to r, and then 0 to 2 pi, and 0 to pi. It makes sense when you look at this and how it functions. Um, and then I can show you the proof over here. When I did the solid sphere, I literally did that multiple times with multiple polar coordinates. I did cylinder. I used the cylinder for a lot of this, but I also like box a lot. The box system allows us to do these one with the rectangles much easier than if we did polar. Oh, I forgot to put the square here, so I need to change that real quick. So insert, actually, I think I can change that like this. Oh, I forgot the 2 over here. There should be a 2 over here, as you can see. And I didn't do that correctly. So, yeah, if you see text like this, it's because I made a mistake somewhere and I'm trying to fix everything. When I was actually using my pen and pencil, or pen and snip program. So, yeah, you can kind of see all of this. Oh, this fun part is that we use radians. When I did 30 degrees in my book, or whatever this is called, it you have to always convert to pi over 6 sometimes, unless I ask you to get degrees. Because most of the time we want radians. Few times ever will we use non-radian metrics. It's very unlikely we'll use non-radian because radian is powerful because it gives us insight um, to a way of thinking. Because 1 pi is defined by the spherical thing, so it actually goes well with a lot of our equations. For example, there's an electrical equation where we literally have an angle over here with a when we do a wire. I forgot what it was. Anyway, if you have a wire like this, you have to use the radian as part of the equation itself. It's a credible equation. But yes. Oh yeah, now we talk about politics world map. Or, the maps, nothing. Okay, we'll just use the world maps over here. So if you look at any world map, so we're in the USA, and I do want to talk about the USA and how blind they are. They're blind because they don't realize that the outside world is out to get them because they're number one right now. Not to mention, there's a certain country where there's if when we get immigrants here, you have to because my mom and dad are immigrants and I was yeah, but you have to be careful about it because if you get someone like have a different view from U.S. values, like China, for example, they could argue that both of them need a friendly relationship, not realizing that China is doing a lot of evil, cruel shit, and then blindsiding the argument. Get it? I always try to make the argument, but it's so hard to do because I don't know how to articulate it the best way possible. So I keep on making attempts after attempts after attempts to explain what I'm saying, but it doesn't really work out. Like, for example, China's dumping radiance down the ocean, and China's doing a lot of cruel things to Muslims right now. Cruel, evil things. And not cool, but cruel, which is evil shit. So, yeah, I do have a lot of things to talk about, but I think that's